Welcome back to Range Anxiety TV, and today we're going to be talking about something very near and dear to a lot of Australians' hearts at the moment, and that is the rise of China. China, with an I, not a Y, Taco. Anyway, if you look at current bot farm media and everything else, China is our enemy. Fact is, China are not our enemy. China are a big trading partner for Australia. Lots of Australian companies make lots of money out of dealing with China, and since a lot of the restrictions have been lifted that came about due to stupid comments from the government and around the 2020 mark, the wine industry, the crayfish industry, all of that sort of industry got hammered because of stupid words from politicians. It's all getting back to normal. But let's have a look at China and let's have a look at where they are, because they really are living in the future. For a start, they don't mess around when it comes to energy. They have solar growing fast there. Solar is everywhere, regardless of what the flat earthers will tell you about. They use all our coal, all our gas and nuclear. No, sadly for you, the fastest growing forms of energy generation in China right now are renewables, or said properly, renewables. Right, have a look at this 250-mile solar farm. It's like nothing you have ever seen. It can power the whole of Sydney probably, and they are building this stuff out at a rate which is staggering. For example, in 1 month, July, I believe China put on more solar than the rest of the world combined, and more than Australia has in total, I believe. It's crazy, crazy stuff. They are working so hard and so fast, and they're doing it because it is the cheapest way of making power. They're not doing it because they want to hug dolphins, right? Get that right. As of 2022, now this is an old bit of data and it has even changed further since then. As of 2022, China were making or in control of or produced 77% of the world's batteries. Wonder why they'd do that if batteries didn't work. Think about it. Yeah, and they're putting in batteries faster, at a faster rate, just in China than the rest of the world combined. So it gives you an idea where their minds are on this. And they're not putting in coal faster than the rest of the world combined, and they're not putting in nuclear faster than the rest of the world combined. So I wonder why that is. Dollars and cents maybe, or maybe just common sense. Now, have a look at the power mix up there. If you have a look at, again, the bot farm stupid media will tell you that they're just building coal as fast as they can. The actual thermal energy, which coal's part of, or their fossil energy, is shrinking. Solar and wind are going up. And again, because it's the cheapest way to make power. They would not be doing it for any other reason. Right, so, the power mix is changing. And I saw some political claptrap the other day that said China in 12 days makes more emissions than Australia does in a year, or carbon emissions. Sounds terrible, sounds frightening, doesn't it? But if you actually do the math and have a look at how many people there are in China, how many people there are in Australia, they are producing around 4 tonnes of carbon per head per annum to Australia's 8 tonnes per head of carbon per annum. So we're twice as bad. So let's be dirtier again. And I put it down, I made this analogy on Facebook the other day to someone that said, that believe that, we should just make more pollution. I said, well, if there are 5 people that live in the house up your street and each one of them takes a poo on the front lawn every day, and you're at home one person and you take 2 poos on the lawn every day, right? 5 poos, 2 poos. And you go, well, they've still got 5. I might as well have 3. he kind of got it after that. But, obviously no poo is the best poo when you're moving towards poo zero, right? Well, at least on your front lawn. So think about it like that. It's not just that, it's manufacturing. We're trying to have everyone beat, make the rest of the world look like knuckleheads. 109 car brands. I don't know how current that is. There's probably about 130 now. But 109 different vehicle manufacturers. We had Holden and we had Ford, both US companies with a bit of Australian import, and we had Toyota building Camrys in Port Melbourne, I believe, or Altona, or the engine plant or whatever. We had basically about 2 and a bit manufacturers here once upon a time. They've got 109, and they are making cars at a rate which is absolutely mind-blowing. Like, have a look at the car export numbers. They're now the biggest exporter of vehicles in the world. And, no matter what crap gets shoved down your throat, current generation Chinese cars are good cars. They make some low-end stuff, they make some high-end stuff. The high-end stuff is amazing. Australians are lapping it up and moving towards it in droves. So expect that only to get bigger. So they own power. They own manufacturing, and particularly vehicle manufacturing. And it's so funny because you get European brands like Audi, that funny looking thing up there, they're now having their domestic cars made in China because it's just better than they can do. They're just better cars, so Audi should go back to supermarkets and the Saturday specials. But no, seriously, if you can't beat them, join them. And they certainly can't beat them. Meanwhile, while Audi and other European manufacturers are reskinning base model Chinese cars, Chinese are inventing like bloody flying cars. It's just crazy how far up the road they are. And this just didn't happen like that. It's been a 25, 30-year plan for China, and they've executed it in the form of a masterclass. They picked all of the best execs from Europe, the ones that actually turned up to work and did work, and employed them. They got the best of everything from around the world. They employed these people. They vertically integrate and make their own stuff for the cars. So they don't give a damn, Whereas conventional car manufacturers are just buying off tier 1 and tier 2 companies, and it's just hilarious. They have just reset and rebalanced the entire game. And robots. Are they going to be world leaders in robots? Will Tesla's Optimus be good enough to be in the mix? I'd say it will be. But I can't see anything else from anywhere else getting close to what China are doing. So embrace. I've been told unless you've seen it, you'll never understand it. So that's on my next dance card, is to go to China and have a good look around and really enjoy myself. I've got mates there, so you'll hear all about it on Range Anxiety TV.